麦克桑德尔，我们刚刚看到的是他在台湾大学小巨蛋跟6000名学子之间像哲学般的辩论。他试图不给答案，可是他有没有答案呢？他有答案的，在他的书里头，不管从正义到 Money can't buy 钱买不到的东西，这2本书里头，他都不断的质疑一个概念，叫 market value。等到第2本书呢 Money can't buy 的时候，他更明白的点出来，今天会发生华尔街所造成全球的金融大衰退，主要的原因他称之为叫市场凯旋论30年的结果。那他这个市场凯旋论30年呢，当然倒推从雷根那个时代开始。那他基本的见解就是，所有的人都相信市场有一只看不见的手，就好像葛里斯班，他也大吃一惊，怎么会发生2008年雷曼兄弟倒闭的事情呢？在那个时候，经济学人也用了一个封面，也就是对于所谓市场自然本身会有一个看不见的手，这个供需的 market value 呢，本身它已经完全崩解开来了。但是让 Michael Sandel 最狐疑的一件事情，就是经过金融海啸之后，世界人类对于所谓 market value 的反省，对市场价值的反省却非常的少，质疑也很低。市场凯旋论现在在全世界还是相当的盛行，所以我们看到他刚才所问的问题，就是当你面临一个雪灾的时候，你应该让这些铲子，或者是如果面临地震的时候，一个灾民所需要的水，应该在这个时候涨价吗？如果你生病的时候，你有特殊的权利，那你可以呢得到更多的钱，你可以得到更早的这个比如说开刀，或是更好的一颗肾，那因此你就可以活下来。别人跟你的生命权利是不相等的，因为他说整个市场凯旋论在过去这段时间里头，他已经进入了很多我们难以想象的领域。而让他最伤心的就是在2008年金融海啸以后，大家对这个问题的反省很少，即使是占领华尔街的人骂的也是，你怎么可以纾困这些华尔街，造成这个肥猫的现象？那整个美国国会呢跟美国政府只是想办法解决问题。所以我在专访 Michael Sandel 的时候，就特别问了他关于Money can't buy 这里头他所提出来的市场凯旋论的指责，以及我问了他一个问题，你有没有见过奥巴马？他说还没有。那我说你如此的出名，那如果奥巴马有一天终于请你到白宫，而且他不是为了作秀，他很诚恳的请教你，你会给他什么样的一个答案？你会给他什么样的一个建议来修正美国现在的市场凯旋论？因为这场刚刚结束的美国总统大选，2个总统候选人几乎都没有对所谓的 market value 市场价值这件事情提出过任何的批评跟怀疑，甚至2个候选人都拿了华尔街多少而已的政治现金。那因此到现在为止，整个金融的监管机制并没有全然的建立。我们来听一下 Michael Sandel 接受我专访的时候，他在这个部分的答案。
麦克桑德尔，哈佛大学教授，在桑德斯剧场开设大学部课程。
This is a course about justice, and we begin with a story. Suppose you're the driver of a trolley car.
独特的苏格拉底式诘问辩难授课方式，累积超过14000名修课人数。哈佛创校以来，首度将课程制作成电视节目。哲学教授受到各国读者、观众热情追捧，成为世界级明星学者。新书《钱买不到的东西》，讨论市场的道德限制。应文化部之邀，首度访台。他接受文茜的世界周报主持人专访，讨论就从金融风暴的中心华尔街开始。
I think you're quite disappointed when I read your books. You think the 2008 financial crisis should awake most people reconsider about the value of the market, but it have not really happened.
That's right.
And you call it is the market value triumphist period, era. And it seems the era haven't ended. If we look at the 2 presidents and we look at their policy, and there's no regulation to regulate the Wall Street.
The taxpayer bailout of these Wall Street firms, and we have not had a serious debate about the moral limits of markets. My book, What Money Can't Buy, is not against markets, but it is suggesting that we need to have a public discussion about where markets serve the public good and where they overreach. And this is a debate we haven't had in the U.S. We have had a kind of limited debate about regulation of the financial industry. And some measures have been enacted, though in my opinion, the measures are not strong enough, because the phenomenon of too big to fail, that there are these massive banks and Wall Street firms that cannot be allowed to fail for fear that it will create an economic meltdown. This has not fundamentally been changed. And so despite the taxpayer bailout, we did not really demand sufficient accountability, in my view, of the banks and the Wall Street firms.
Why? Because the money have bought your presidential candidate?
You mean why have we not had this debate?
Yes.
I think for a couple of reasons. But we do have a special problem with the role of money in political campaigns. So that's one reason. But I think there's a second, deeper reason. For 3 decades, both parties have operated on the assumption that markets are the primary instrument for achieving the public good. I think this is partly because markets seem to be neutral mechanisms for deciding social questions in public policy.
市场貌似中立，其实不然。不受道德限制的市场经济造成的金融海啸、2次衰退、欧债风暴，让美国、欧洲以及全世界都饱尝苦果。但华尔街改变的并不多，许多人也对奥巴马的表现颇为失望。
If he invite you to the White House to have deeper discussion with true heart, not only a political performance. Okay. So what will you tell him?
I would tell him that I would advise him that he should try to find a way to recapture the idealism, the moral and civic idealism that he inspired during his 2008 campaign, his first campaign for the presidency. He was an inspiring figure who seemed capable of lifting American public discourse above small things, above narrow economic and technocratic questions, to a larger moral and ethical vision. That was what was so inspiring in 2008. And yet during the first 4 years of his presidency, he found it difficult to translate that idealism and that inspirational quality into governing, into his presidency. Now, in fairness, he took office just in the midst of the terrible financial crisis, which was not of his making, and he felt an urgent need to do what he thought was necessary to stabilize the system. And when you're stabilizing a system that seems at risk of descending into economic crisis, it's hard to be inspiring and idealistic. So I think that muted his moral voice, and he's not yet quite recovered it. So the advice I would give him would be to see whether in his second term he can restore some of that moral energy and promise to elevate the terms of public discourse.
桑德尔提醒我们，市场经济是一种工具，是促进生产繁荣经济的有效工具。市场社会则是一种生活方式，是把市场价值当成衡量一切的生活形态。但生命和生活中的许多事物是无价的，不容贴上标签贩卖。市场社会将导引出2个可怕的后果，一个是不公平，一个是腐化。
And we were really hurt by the financial crisis by Wall Street because people believe the market value.
Right.
But how should they react to the inequality? How should people react to that?
When I traveled to different parts of the world, what I notice as a common thread is a frustration. A deep frustration in almost every society I've visited. I think that the frustration has to do with the fact that in very few places are we really addressing big questions, including big ethical questions about justice and the role of markets. Politicians shy away from these questions because they are controversial. And most politicians don't want to stir up controversy. And so, but what's happened is that public discourse has been hollowed out, has become impoverished, emptied of larger ethical meaning. And this is why I think people are so frustrated. And one of the reasons it's been emptied of public meaning, I think, has to do with the faith that markets are neutral instruments that can solve all of our problems.
People move their attention toward dictatorship and toward the prices too high of the corn, or toward the issues such as we should have independence of Catalonia, etc. But finally, they move their country into an even worse situation.
What's happened in recent decades, as market triumphalism has dominated, is that economics has crowded out politics and civic life and larger questions of meaning. And so it's left public discourse to be governed by narrow managerial and technocratic concerns rather than bigger questions. And this, I think, is what has left people so frustrated.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
电影《华尔街的名言》贪婪是好事，宣扬的正是金钱至上的市场社会价值观。金融风暴后，有人反省悔改，也有人依旧深信不疑。金钱买得到什么？什么又是金钱不该跨越的界限？市场经济和正义、道德之间面临越来越多的攻防拉扯。
什么是金钱不该去买的东西？在每一个国家，现在辩论并不相同。Michael Sandel 最有趣的是，他在日本、在台湾、在中国大陆、在加拿大、在欧洲，他都做出了像刚才我们所看到的白色的牌子、橘红色的牌子的一个民调。那么他同时叫我猜，他曾经在清华大学做了一场演讲。他说呢，如果我现在呢发生了一个风暴，那发生了一个台风，结果呢这个台风它导致了很多修房子的钱都涨了10倍，比如说修屋顶本来只要2000块钱美元，结果变成了2万块钱美元。你猜，在清华大学的学生，他们认为按照 market value 供需价格，它就是应该涨价，合理的数字是多少？我猜的时候，他大吃一惊。那么我们待会儿要回来先看美国的股市，在文茜世界财经周报继续为大家播出我对 Michael Sandel 关于什么是金钱不能够买的东西他的回答。我们来看周五的美国股市。由于呢，到现在为止，美国的财政悬崖，奥巴马在重启跟共和党所掌握的众议院议长 Bernard 之间的协商，到目前为止还没有任何的结论。所以，美国周五的股市是出现小跌的状况，而一整周呢，股市是小跌了20.12点。全球的经济静待美国能不能够在今年年底之前完成财政悬崖，目前看起来似乎并不完全，答案是 yes。待会回到文茜世界财经周报，另外我们继续专访 Michael Sandel。